IBM believes in IBM as a company does not say that IBM really does what it says it does. It just says, well, of course, everybody that works for IBM kind of toes the line, right? So everybody in the field of AIDS works for AIDS in a way. I mean, you could think of it as a big corporation that's completely funded by the federal government. It's a big company. It's a big organization which has a pecking order. Not quite as distinct as some companies, but not as indistinct as you might think. It is not a bunch, it's not 30,000 independent scientists working in their own labs with their own ideas. See, so to say that they all go for it, it just says, well, they all belong to the club, don't they? They're all being paid out of the same coffer, and they're not going to be paid if they don't go for it. So you can't, the only way to resolve this for yourself is to say, I guess I'm going to have to learn a little about it.
I feel like I'm waking up from some kind of 5-year sleep in which I agreed to do something that I didn't really believe in or want to do, but I did out of fear and really a kind of pressure.
I think that the basic paradigm that we all function under with HIV and AIDS is one of fear. It's assumed that you're infected and that you have a death sentence. It's assumed that if you don't follow doctor's orders, you're going to get sick and die. There are many, many people who are not following doctor's orders and who are doing quite well. In fact, many of them I see daily, and they seem to be doing better than the people who are following doctor's orders.
I hope HIV doesn't cause AIDS, you know, and looking at all these questions and all these unanswered questions, I'm getting more and more to believe that HIV doesn't cause AIDS. And if this should turn out to be the case, then I can live a free life, you know, free from fear, free from the terror that has been subjected on me in the last 10 years.
For me, the other side of AIDS is learning to be a critical thinker, to really make decisions for myself rather than let society or a doctor or a pharmaceutical company tell me what's best for me. To really consider all my options and to live based on what feels right in my heart. To not make decisions based on fear and death, but to make decisions based on life.
The reality seems to confirm me every single year. We have never cured one single AIDS patient. We have never been able to predict the epidemic. It was said to be exploding in the general population. It hasn't. Prostitutes were supposed to be getting it. Doctors were supposed to be getting it because they're in the front lines of the viral attack. Scientists working with HIV were said to die from AIDS. That hasn't happened. A vaccine was supposed to be found. We have no vaccine. Well, what more can you ask for for the flawed hypothesis? It fails every year. Another one cannot be considered in this country.
The evidence that I have seen shows me nothing of the sort to resemble anything approaching a scientific basis of evidence that what's called AIDS is caused by a viral entity or by a retrovirus, whatever the initials are, HIV, IHV, VIH, you can scramble them any way you like. The cause and cure for AIDS is as near at hand as an alternative hypothesis.
Questioning is healthy. Questioning is what leads to answers. Science, research, investigation of any kind begins with questions. And when we restrict where those questions can go, who can ask them, and under what circumstances, we're restricting progress and knowledge. And when we're looking for answers to a problem that is unresolved, that has caused a tremendous human suffering on many levels, lives being lost, lives being forever changed, you know, people commit suicide, have abortions, break up relationships, give up careers, and all kinds of things based on the idea that HIV causes AIDS. We have the right to question this. Questioning is a good thing, and we should be joining hands. There shouldn't be this my side, your side. We should be joining hands, the so-called mainstream AIDS organizations with the so-called alternative AIDS organizations like ours, in an effort to explain the anomalies, to fill in the gaping holes in our knowledge, and to embrace what we don't understand in order to come to some answers and solutions that can truly be of help to people.